Hey, this is Thane.
This is Ed.
We're doing another 40K battle report. We have both brought Brigades at 2,000 points. He is Ultramarines, me is Tyranids. Neither of us, these armies often bring Brigades, but we'll go through it real fast. This one is got 3 commanders of Neurothropes and a Broodlord. And then I've got regular gaunts, Tyranid warriors with death spitters and rending claws, and gaunts with 25 of them with devours. And then for fast attack, I got 10 gargoyles, 3 raveners. They also have death spitters. 6 Hiveguard, 1 Pyrovore and another Pyrovore, and then an exocrine with acid spray. An exocrine, a Tyranid with acid spray, and a Trygon prawn. All right, Ed, tell us about your army.
Standard Ultramarine Brigade. Captain, Lieutenant, Chaplain, with a Primaris Ancient. The 3 elite choices is the Ancient and 2 Reaver squads. Fast attack choices, 2 Inceptor squads and an Assault squad. Then I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 troops. Our regular Primaris Inceptors. For heavy support, I got 2 Hellblaster squads and a old-fashioned Devastator squad with 6 guys instead of 5, just because I needed extra bullet magnet.
Ah, okay. Cool. Got one guy who's, the guy who doesn't have the last cannon's like, oh man, I know I'm dying first.
He's the red. I really should paint his entire torso red. Star Trek. Guy in the red shirt, he's always going to bite it.
Sorry, bro. We've already made the battlefield, but we have not decided what the mission is. And to make it thoroughly random, on a 1 through 2, it'll be one of the original book missions. On a 3 and 4, it'll be the new chapter approved missions, and for the Eternal War. And on a 5 or 6, we will go with the cards, which is Open War.
Open.
So let's see what we get. 6! Gonna be a crazy one.
Stand by. Pulling out the Open War deck. Nearly every game I've gotten the ruse. This will be a fun one for me to not get the ruse.
Right. So I don't usually play with ruses, or I play with both of us getting ruses if we've already gone ahead and calculated points. It says I got 10 power level less or 12 power level less. So I'm taking the ruse.
All right. Jesse, come here.
Pick a card. Any card.
Shuffle up the deployment and give us one.
Jesse learned this technique in Vegas.
Yep.
Dun, dun, dun. Oh, wow. Shame I don't have any close combat troops. Bam. Oh, God, the comet. Awesome. Actually, I think he learned 3-card Monty in Vegas.
I've never played that one.
I've played that. That's a trip.
Many paths to victory. Oh, crap. Draw an extra objective card. On the top.
Kingslayer.
So there are 2 different objectives for this mission. The first is a single objective that will drop in on turn 3 in one of 5 possible places on the board, randomly determined at the start of turn 3. The second one is a sort of kill point mission based off of the power levels of units that are killed. If you kill the opponent's warlord, you get twice as many. So if one player kills the other player's warlord and keeps theirs alive, they're almost certainly winning that. If the players split, winning one and the other player wins the other, then the game is a tie. If one player wins one or both, and the other player wins none, then that player is the winner.
All right, he's going to throw a ruse over on my side. And
it's for him. I can't see it till he reads it.
Yeah. Oh my God! No, actually, it's still too blurry. Oh, okay. Alright, that ain't too bad. So Ed's losing his home field advantage. He always plays on this side, but I have selected it. And we are ready to start setting
That's
up.
throwing me off.
I guess.
I'm going to be confused, man.
So we are going to play with the new chapter-approved rules for platforms and deep strike, which I absolutely hate, but we're going to use them because everyone else will be using them until hopefully they change their minds. Anyway, so all you have to do is be able to balance the model on the edge. Ed has figured out that, yeah, these guys, my pyrovores can go ahead and balance on the side of the buildings like proper bugs should. I think everything else has bases though, so... Oh wait, here we go. Can a Ravener hook onto a building edge? Oh yeah! They don't mind. Alright.
Makes the building of your talons, make sure you make.
So again, we're going to play with the test rules, the beta rules, and then everything that came out of the FAQ on mid-April. And so these guys are in deep strike, and over here Ed has placed these guys in the deep strike. So both of us have a really big deep strike contingent right now that will not be able to come onto the board until turn 2, and then of course turn 3 is when the pseudo relic shows up and we fight over that. So we have intercessors over here, a really awful cluster of firepower with a bunch of devastators, a bunch of these guys with let's see, what are they? The
Inceptors.
Inceptors, yeah.
With assault bolters, 2 squads of hellblasters, captain, lieutenant, ancient, last cannon devastator squad.
It's a good mix of anti-infantry and anti-vehicle in that little area. These guys got some good line of sight up on top of this, as well as some cover. And these guys are all back in cover, more intercessor units. And then over on my side, we've got one acidefex who is set up here. Everything is trying to avoid that cluster of firepower. Got these guys back here just to try to avoid deep strike later. My best firepower is sitting right here. They have decent range over to that building. Then I've got 2 pyrovores, pretty much sacrificial, but whatever. And then we've got just some more guys back here to hold this corner, hopefully, until turn 3. And finally we got Mr. Exocrine, who is pretty much out of range of those Hellblasters for now. And those guys would have to climb a level, the Devastators, to be able to see him. And with that, I will use a stratagem, Digestive Denial, which is 2 points, and I will make that building have no cover.
For a turn or what?
It's the whole game.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
I always forget to use it, but with now so many command points, why on earth not do it? And that's it. We're ready to roll off for first player.
So that takes you from 15 to 14. You spinning any other pregame stuff?
I think it's 2 points,
Two
so
points,
it's...
13.
Yep.
Alright.
No, I think we're ready to roll for initiative. I finished slightly ahead.
You get a +1.
I will lose that, and then I will try to seize. Negative. Alright, bring it, Ed. So these Silver Blasters have moved out of the now useless building. These intercessors moved up, along with a... Is that your captain or lieutenant?
So you got a stripe on the head? Oh, that's the captain.
It's captain. He jumped out of the building with his pack. These guys advanced forward. These guys shuffled to get 3 shots up above. These intercessors advance. Well, not advance. Walk. These guys walk.
Alrighty.
These intercessors have moved up to the windows. These have advanced forward on the, or not advanced, walked. One of these days I'll remember that you can't use that word anymore. And that's, I think, it for your movement. The squad fired down at the Termagants and killed one. Alright, so these guys took the long shot downtown. Got 3 hits. Used the Armored Cherub to get a 4th hit. And then got all the wounds. I did manage to save 3 of them. Wasted a command point trying to save the 4th. And then Ed rolled a 6, so got the maximum strength out of that one last cannon shot. These Hellblasters have shot and killed this Pyrovore. And then killed another one of these poor Termagants. These top Hellblasters have fired down and killed 5 more Termagants. These Intercessors have fired down and killed 3 Termagants. These Inceptors, one of them fired down here, failed to wound. These fired down, 2 more fired down at the Pyrovore, did 1 wound. These guys have fired and killed some Gaunts in here. Some of them tried to shoot into the Tyranid or the Hiveguard and failed to hit.
Any morale checks that you have to make? Probably not.
No, let's see. These guys are around a Neurothrope, so they don't care. You're just individual models. These guys are near the Tyranid warriors, so they don't care. And I think that's it. So really, outside of taking this guy down to half strength in 1 shot, I think just lost a bunch of Gaunts and 1 Pyrovore. Alright, let's look at the movement from Ed view. This guy stood still. He doesn't have a lot of shots of this flame cannon, but he still gets double fire. And let's make sure they die. And then he still has the 8 shots from his spines. This Neurothrope, Lord Neurothrope, moved up in the building. These guys spread out across the back to prevent his deep strike. These guys spread out across the front to try to prevent his deep strike. These Tyranid warriors advanced up to get some line of sight on this building, and some of these guys. These just move forward and up so they can get some shots over here. Oh, I'm sorry, this is Lord Northrop. May not have been the best decision. There he is, though. And then the exocrine stood still, of course. And that is it for my movement. Alright. So, this Neurothrope psychically screamed and smited up here for a total of 7 wounds. And then this Broodlord horrified the las cannon unit. And this Neurothrope smited over here for 3 and put Catalyst onto the acidefex. These 3 Gaunts fired into those Intercessors. Did a wound. It's pretty good for them. These guys fired into these Inceptors. Did nothing. These guys fired into the Hellblasters in the building. Wounded one. And then these fired, my Hiveguard, also to those guys in the building. Scored a bunch of hits, but minimized their wound potential, so they only killed 3 total. And moving on. So the acidefex wiped out the unit of Intercessors here, put the 8 spine shots into here, into the Intercessors behind, but their cover saves saved them. Also spent the command point to make it +1 for monstrous creatures' wounds, wounding. Damage, there's the word, damage. After an enormous amount of indecision, this fired at both, the exocrine fired at both the Inceptors and the las cannons all the way over there, which he just barely has range to. did great hits and wounds onto the Inceptors, but Ed saved like a fiend and only killed one of them. On the other hand, that pissed off the exocrine, and it took out 4 of the las cannon unit, but still 2 las cannons up there. Alright, and that should be the end of my shooting phase. So now I've got a few charges. Okay, so a little historical revisionism. Ed forgot that he had the Banner of Coolness, and that 3 of these Hellblasters should get a chance to do something. So we let them do that. 2 of them fired. Murdered this thing. It did explode up in acid, and it did a mortal wound to them. Unfortunately, that leaves the Broodlord having to make a decision about whether to go for... He's Warlord, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or dealing with the Hellblasters, because they are going to kill whatever they shoot at next. Alright, so he multi-charged all 3 of them because he's an idiot, but fortunately these guys were surprised enough that they killed 2 of themselves in the process, and he took 1 Hellblaster wound and 1 Intercessor wound, and he has moved up to there. Okay, so Broodlord did wipe out the unit of Hellblasters, jumped over to here. He did declare his charges against him, so he can't do anything about it now, of course. I could use the thing to fight again in the phase 2. In any event, it is Ed's turn. Alright, so they all struck at him, did 2 more wounds to him. The captain hit him twice, wounded him twice. And I got the double 6s for surviving. I'm not entirely sure I wanted to survive because I wanted to spend 2 command points to get my fight instead of 3. But now I have to spend the 3.
3 ups.
Can he save him? He took 1 already.
1 gets through.
1 gets through. And how many wounds left?
Well, 5 down to 2.
Down to 2. So I got a pretty good chance of killing him. Pretty good chance. Pretty good chance. And I see Pips. Yay!
He kills the captain.
Kill the captain.
I'll pay the 2 command points for the captain to strike back.
Fair enough.
Do I get those 2 command points back?
Woo!
No, so I'll go down to 7 on command points.
We are now playing Chain Reaction, Warhammer 40K. He strikes back.
All hits. And 4 wounds at -3. You fail any of them, he dies.
Yep.
And then he pays 3 command points.
2.
2 command points to try and wipe out the squad.
Oh, and he failed 2 of them. So he dies, and I will spend the 2 command points. Has the Tyranids spent 11 command points this... yeah. 11 command points on turn 1. Woo! Never done that before.
So down to 2.
Alright. I spend... I think it's metabolic overdrive or something nonsense like that. But I get to fight with a character who died. So he is now going to try to take out his last moments on the intercessors. All hit. Two. Okay, so these guys save at -3. These guys are not saving at -6, and they just die.
So 2 automatically dead. And then 6 ups. Come here. Failed them all. So
all right.
The first one does.
Oh, that's right. First one does.
He's
2. Dead. Second one does.
2.
And the third one.
What? The sergeant survived!
That's great. Good times. Alright, well, this is a Broodlord who got to fight 3 times in a turn. He is very happy about... The Hive Mind is very happy with this particular Broodlord. We will make many more just like him. Okay, so that was actually a pretty good turn for me, in spite of having a lot of guys still in deep strike. I managed to keep most of my stuff out of range of the worst of what he could do on his alpha strike. So I got to really pummel him back. Oh my god.
That's the dead.
That's scary. Alright, well now it's Ed's turn to come back and seek massive vengeance. I'm pretty much spread out in a line. And Ed's got a whole lot of deep strikers. Everyone on this side of it is coming in for vengeance. These have moved up high. These have moved forward. This lieutenant has moved from the building up to support these intercessors. And this ancient has moved back to support those las cannons. Captain has moved up here. In trigonometry phase, Ed has figured out I did leave an opening back here for deep strikers. May regret that. Now the trigonometry phase is over. Ed is deploying troops to wisely try to kill my warlord, because I've killed his. To have a chance, he needs to kill mine. And some reavers have set up here. More historical revisionism. These guys are going to move to right here. And these reavers take their place. Okay, these guys have fired at him. These guys have fired at him. And all of these guys have fired at him. So that is just a glowing ball of plasma and lead. He has one wound left. And these have fired way downtown. Done a couple wounds here. These have fired here and wiped out this squad. These leaned over the railing and just sprayed fire down, taking 5 wounds off of these remaining Tyranid warriors.
Needs to travel,
He is jumping down.
I'll say 6 inches?
And they have made it so flyers do not consider vertical distance. Yep, 6 inches, so we need a 5. And that will get there.
Assault squad, charging brain dude. I'm gonna need a 9.
Okay. There's an 8. More jump packs coming in on a 9.
That's a 9.
That's a 9. Yep, no denying that. That is a 9.
Nah, there's so only 2 of them get the special rule.
Oh, they get to
They
do
cause a mortal wound on a charge.
yeah, I remember 6th Ed had jump pack troops that did that all the time. On 6s. Oh,
Nope.
Nope. Needing a 7 for them. Uh-oh.
That's a 7.
They do not fear brain dudes' melee powers. And now we're going to learn how many punches to the face does it take to get to the center of a neurothrope.
Alright.
It's lucky so far.
And that's a lot of non-wounds.
Woo! Survived one flurry.
And you don't have enough command points to interrupt.
Oh no, I don't think I would do it with a neurothrope. Not unless he could teleport away.
That
Go to
will come
Fiji.
around.
He's under there. I can fly away, so
Yeah.
by some miracle, should I survive this, it doesn't matter how surrounded he is.
Alright, so 3 from the sergeant, 2 from the chode.
Ouchie. Uh-oh.
And nothing.
Wow, really? They don't have any bonuses to their strength? Ah, why are Marines built this way? Okay.
They are shooty only.
Man, they should have
then-
fists or something, man. Look at those things. And this lieutenant has victoriously victimized something. I had something here. Alright, let's see if the neurothrope can humiliate these Marines by getting 1 wound through. No. Ed, I am sorry.
Yeah.
That,
Because I'm paying 3 command points for that squad to strike again.
oh! Okay.
Do I get any of the command points back? No,
Negative.
so I'm down to 2.
Alright. Going after Warlord. Bunch of hits. Oh, this might be the end of Dear Warlord.
3 wounds, no AP.
Doesn't matter. Needs 3s! Ah! Oh, alright, I have to spin the command point. I don't want to, because those two can do a lot of things in Tyranid army, but I gotta save my warlord. Gotta save a warlord. Yay! Warlord lives.
Alrighty.
But I will not be double firing next turn. And that's probably a really good thing. So, Ed is not confident in the future. It is a weird scenario, so if he does get the thing, we could easily tie it if he gets the comet. And I have no presence over here yet. I have no presence outside of my own deployment zone, man. These guys were the... Who the heck charges Tyranids? Anyway. Yeah, so that's all coming in. Actually, some of it probably went. Some of it's going to wait for the comet. So those twos did kill two of the guys out of this squad. Because Auspex scan is at a -1. 2 wounds to the Trygon. Okay, so the acidefex has range to the guys in the building and on top of here. These guys have range all over, so they don't care. This Trygon did pop up at the end of the turn. These stretched out first, though, and made putting him down very awkward. And the rest of this, he just flew out of that combat and grabbed some real estate behind this building. And that's about it. I've left the whole other side of the board open right now, but I still have these gargoyles and raveners that can pop up next turn after the meteor comes down. So he smited this first unit and psychically screamed this first unit out to get 1 point back. This one, Neurothrope, did smite 1 wound of these guys away, and then put Catalyst onto this Trygon. Tyrannifex fires into the building, kills 2. Fires up here with the spikes, kills 1. Okay, these 3 guys take some shots here and here, do nothing. Trygon shoots down here, kills 1. And a gazillion shots went into these assault marines, wiped them out. A few of them went over here, did nothing. Okay, once again the Hiveguard have massively underachieved. They
hit
a bunch of hits.
Nice. It had no effect on my saving throws.
Ed saved like a fiend on them, and then they just did 2 wounds. So, oh well. Okay, this fired, killed 1 more of these, and killed 1 of those. We went into the assault phase. This charged him. No hits on Overwatch, and he missed his charge. So I believe that's it, unless for some reason I want to try to charge these gaunts. And actually, I don't know. Do I? Not much, except for maybe just getting them to move. I'm going to charge these gaunts as well. For the heck of it, these guys did charge. And then these tried to charge him, and failed. They did manage to inflict a wound on him, and lost 3 in return. And so that will be the end of my turn. Did take out some units, weakened a few. Warlord is still very vulnerable to the number of jetpacks around him. Eddie didn't leave anything in reserve, right?
Nope.
Okay. So now we're going to roll for which table quarter this goes in.
Both roll a dice.
We both roll a die?
That's what it says. We both roll a dice.
Alright. 4.
1. So now you roll a dice.
Did we roll to see who rolls?
Yeah.
Why?
That's because that's what the card says.
4.
4.
Oh, my
right
corner.
There. And
That's
put it
unfair.
as close to the center of that square as possible.
Alrighty. Yeah, so
I had
Jesse found the perfect space meteorite.
Yep.
And it is here, which is pretty unfair.
I had a
But there it is.
66% chance of it being either there, or there.
Yeah, or even in the center you dominate, you know? That would be hard for me. Alrighty.
Alright.
Andy's off. 1 jump pack sergeant. Let's come over here. We have these guys that have all advanced forward. These have advanced down and around this corner, moving towards La Meteorite. This Inceptor has moved forward to let my brain guy know that he's not done punching his face yet. And they've moved up to help probably kill brain guy.
That's it for the movement phase.
And
Shooting phase.
went back.
Get you out of range of that 18-inch flamethrower.
So he moved them back to make sure they don't die. Neat. Okay.
Alright.
Last cannons fire downtown. Get one through. Take 5 wounds off. 1 left. They have also taken the long shot. Fired down here. Killed a Tyranid warrior. Get my warlord. Could be bad. Oh, it's bad.
3 and -1.
Just need 3s. Always need 3s.
That's
One more down. Down to 1. He fired at this Tyranid warrior. Took 2 wounds. Made 2 saves. They have killed 2 more of those. They have fired into
That's a
termagants and
15.
killed 1.
That's not. So I get
They're about to fire into termagants and kill more.
3 shots.
They're firing down here.
And I'll miss nothing.
Okay.
No damage.
A few more dead guys from here. From up there.
Yeah.
Ancient fires downtown. Bounces.
Charge.
Look, they charged.
5. Oh yeah. He's done.
Brain dude has been assaulted.
Does
again.
he suffer
Oh, he
a mortal
does.
wound? No,
No.
he does not. Charging brain dude.
He's fired over here, took 1 wound. Now we get to charges. He's charging. Who's charging brain dude? Oh, the brain dude up here.
Yeah.
Other brain dude. Lesser brain dude.
Yeah.
Okay, most important one. Wounds.
1 wound.
That's all you need. Need a 3. Oh,
There you go.
man.
Then
Clutch,
charge
brain dude.
Here.
Clutch.
We got 3.
Unsurprisingly, the Skaunt did not survive, in spite of him hiding as deeply as he could in that ruin. This brain dude also continues their streak of immortality.
That's it for the charge.
He has killed 2 more. Okay, he did not hit. They hit but did nothing, and he actually hit and did nothing. And that is it for Ed's turn. And he is into this quadrant. Still got the last cannon back there that I really can't do much about unless I commit some deep strikers to it. And that is it. These guys have moved away to leave him exposed. These have dropped down here. The T-fex, acidefex moved up and around. We'll only get shoot once this turn. This floated away. Probably not the best decision, but they came down to block some of the shots that might go at him. This, of course, did not move. He dropped down probably the wrong direction. In fact, I have no idea why I chose that direction now. And they popped up to try to kill those 2 and maybe get an ancient out of it. He tried to smite to heal himself. He actually just killed himself. And he's probably going to hurt these 2 units. Alright, well, so it blew up. It did killed 1 there, and it killed this unit here. So all that effort to keep the Warlord alive has now failed, and Ed and I are at parity for kill points. So he smited, did 2 wounds, and got catalyst off onto the Trygon again.
1 for each attempt, right?
Okay, he's fired here, did nothing, didn't even score a hit. He again split fired, took out the last Inceptor, and fired up here, killed 1 of the last cannon guys who got to shoot back. From Hell's Heart he stabbed at thee, but did not kill him. He's fired 60 shots at him. They did just barely kill him. These fired up at
And
the
he's flying by you and saying, "Are you my
last
daddy?"
cannon, and the Raveners did not wound. Okay, some of these fired here, did nothing. He fired here, scored 7 wounds, but Ed manned up and saved all of them. Took 4 shots into here, did 1 wound. That leaves Hiveguard, and I believe that's all. Okay, so Hiveguard launch half of their shots up here, kill the unit that was standing there, the intercessors. Took 6 shots here. He again has proven that his armor is invulnerable, so he will not be dying. I believe we're at charge phase. Alright, they have made their charge into the Ancient. They have failed their charge into the Sergeant. Trygon made his charge into the Reavers. These guys made their charge upstairs to attack him. So the Trygon struck, did a bunch of hits, got a couple wounds through, and was saved. So basically he daintily picked at 1 Marine, did 1 wound.
Okay, so you can bring it.
They got 2 wounds on to the Ancient. Has 3 left? Yeah.
3 left.
And that is it for the Tyranid turn. They are getting a little tired, but they had an awesome first turn, so you can't really complain about that. And I'm in pretty good position. But Ed could kill a lot of these guys. That whole second victory condition is kind of up in the air still. Alright, turn 4.
I'll do.
Oh yeah, you get your attacks. Sure, why not?
Do the Ancient.
So strike backs, did nothing, did nothing, did a wound. There's a lot of very ineffective melee that turn. These have moved up to here.
4,
He jumped out up to there.
6,
Is now immune from
8,
being charged. Thank you, Games
10.
Workshop. These guys jumped up to here. My Trygon can no longer engage them. Thank you, Games Workshop. This guy stayed in combat, and those guys are going back to the corner because they just want to live through this. These, him,
He gets 1 shot.
and this Ancient fired down at the
That's a
Raveners.
hit.
Killed 1, did 4 wounds to
The
Reavers have grenaded them.
and then 2 pistols. 1 wound at -1.
They can't save that. But they tried. Once more, the last cannon has taken a shot down here and failed to kill him.
I'll do
Pistol into here, did 1 wound. A few of these guys shot here and here, did a few wounds. And this unit actually got shot up a little bit, lost 1 or 2.
so I got
He's
3
charged
from
in.
the Sergeant,
They are activating.
2 from
These took 6 more casualties. He failed to wound anyone. So with Synapse, that went away. They've moved for the next turn, so there's only 1 Ravener left, and they just evaporated. These guys moved up to completely surround the meteorite. These guys moved up to take some shots on them. Trygon moved up to get out of line of sight of that last cannon, hopefully. It cannot affect anything that's currently on the board. Let's see. Ravener moved up. You can threaten them. And this, of course, stayed still. They made an advance move to get 12 inches over behind cover. Northrop took him off the board, the smite, and now these guys are free to shoot. And he's not going to bother catalyzing anything because it doesn't really matter. Alright, well, I should have followed my own advice. He did try to catalyze them just to give them a little more survivability in case a lot of bad things happen here. And he ended up paraling and taking a wound. Alright, he fired here, killed 2. And then he finally, he needed 5s to hit, but he got the last cannon, so at least that Devastator unit's points can be claimed. He fired up at the remaining Sergeant and failed. Trygon fires up here, does 1 wound. So, 30 shots went up to him, did nothing. 27 shots went up to these, killed 1. Okay, Hiveguard fired, 4 of them into him. Ed saved them all. And then 8 more here. Ed did not do as well, but still only lost 3 of them. And then Mr. Acidefex got 2 more wounds in there, and or sorry, 2 more kills in there. So it's got an amazing number of units with 1 model left in it. Which is great because, you know, they don't count. That's really funny. Alright, I got 1 charge. This Ravener is going to charge him.
Alright.
Okay, he has charged up here. Got 4 hits, failed a wound. Took 1 wound back in return. This is flailing. I really just want everyone to see how stupid this is. Complain to your Games Workshop representative. And that's it for my turn. Last one.
I'm wondering how many kill points you got so far.
Okay, we're going to do a math phase, and we'll get back to you. So we've sort of predicted the last round out. I'm at 35 points or so that Ed's killed. I've probably killed about 80-ish of his, maybe 85, but he's got a bunch of 1-guy units left that really can't go anywhere. He might be able to get this, which would save a lot of it. The Trygon is going to, I don't know, might be able to kill one of them. But I still got Hiveguard over here, so they should be able to take these 2 out regardless. And that one, I don't think it can get away from the acidefex. I don't think there's enough room for it to run.
No.
And so that won't leave him with a whole lot. He's figuring around 105 is what he'll be left with.
Yep. Just double checked it.
Okay. Well, good game, man. That was
brutal.
It was a brutal first turn for you, and that really made the difference for it. I hit all of my guys in the back out of fear from those Hellblasters and Las Cannon. If they were, I don't know, maybe if they had spread out a bit more across the board, I wouldn't have been able to hide so well. They would have been able to kill more on the first turn, maybe. I don't know what to do about taking melee creatures anymore, because it's really common with the terrain that everyone uses. They cannot get up onto it, and like this guy still could be set so it's unchargeable. Just make it so nothing can balance up there. The scenario is cool. I really like having 2 sets of victory conditions that add it together. We used to do that with just the regular book missions. We'd pick 2 of them and have 2 sets of objectives, or an objective and a kill point mission. How did you feel about footslogging? I mean, you got a lot of maneuvering. Of course, we started off close in the middle.
I'm still very happy with my brigade overall. It's done well. Win some, lose some. If I won every game, after a while I'd just quit playing.
There you go. I plowed through 11 command points on turn 1. I think you only went through, well, you probably went through about as many because you got a bunch of them back.
Yeah, I went through probably a third more than you did because of the Ultramarine getting them back on 5+.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's a lot of command points. That's a lot of extra firepower that gets dumped out, too, because that's what command points are, is an ability to kill extra stuff. Pretty intense. I liked it when it was back in the index days when they were just re-rolls and interrupts. It's a lot of extra firepower. It's pretty overwhelming.
Especially that chain reaction.
Oh, well, yeah, that was just epic. That was truly an epic battle.
You're going to have to post that one on the boards.
Oh, yeah. All right, man. Well, good game. Handshake for the camera. Thanks a lot, man. That was awesome.